Those who will recognize you are not necessarily those you know. Good morning, Sabah al khair, bonjour, Ekaro, Kwalafia, Ansuma, Dasaba, Mimamachi. We're going to continue with my autobiography as started on Monday, December 17, 2001. We shall start from where we left, and that was uh, until Dr. Suri packed bag and baggage to start work in Accra as the Director General. He had helped me on at least two occasions with money, including with money, including traveling back to Konongo for my certificates. In fact, when I came, I had to go back to Konongo for certificates. And he helped me with the money, with some money to do that. So, Dr. Sori, thank you. I appreciate it. Now, I had to travel to Dr. Amankwa in Bolga to solicit for money and to complain to him. Yes, complain to him. He was the regional medical director there. He helped me and honored me well. He phoned Mr. Mawe and discussed me with him in my presence, telling him I was coming to Zabzugu, full stop. He then told me to go there, and so I went to Zabzugu with my big bag. I got there around 5 p.m., I suppose, on a Wednesday. Yes, I hope viewers will listen to this story well. But Mawe wasn't ready for me, even though Dr. Mankwa had phoned him. That's the Ghana Health Service, no order. But Mawe wasn't ready for me. He asked that a room should be opened for me to occupy temporarily. Then I was told the key couldn't be found. Yes, I was told the key couldn't be found. I slept with the watchman at the district director's office. At the district directorate's office. The next day, getting to about 5 p.m. again, and an occupied, newly built office was opened for me. That's about 24 hours. We kept on informing him. I was also shown the one-room laboratory while Sison absent in Accra, where he was studying. Yes, it was one-room laboratory. He was the only one there. He could lock it up, travel to Accra and study. I don't know what he was studying, whether he was studying to become a resource manager, I don't know. So when he comes back, he starts lab work. When he's not there, this is what is happening there. Jewelry fixed him there. That's the brother-in-law. So you wonder if we are doing any lab work, meaningful lab work there. Sison absent in Accra, where he was studying. Before long, I was asked to go for a workshop in Tamale. Though I knew that was another plot against me. Of course, I haven't been employed, just contract. I just came to start and you said I should go for workshop. What kind of workshop? But I had no power. That was from the district director, Mr. Mawe. It later turned out to be a scheme between him and Jewelry. Plot against me, knowing the one who called for it, Jewelry. I knew Jewelry called for it. That was a plan. Okay. It was he who told me the Director General should have put the contract affairs in writing asking, why did he put it? Why didn't he put it in writing? So that was July. I used to ask me, I used to ask the Director General. He's not to ask me, he's to ask me, why didn't he put the contract in writing? Okay, when he gave his when he gave when he gave his season the contract, was it the Director General who requested it in writing? So you see, the brother-in-law, Sison, was there in Sabsgo working. Did the Director General know about it? He asked you, jeweler, and he said the place was free, which means that the Director General was not aware of it. But in my case, it should have been put in writing. You see the logic or the lack of it. Okay. Uh, Contract, was it the DG, Director General, who requested it in writing? This is one effect. This is one effect of corruption, blinding the minds of corruption, blinding the mind. I therefore protested to Mawe against the workshop which was organized, or which was supposed to have been organized, for permanent staff, i.e., appointment letter holders and those who are holding appointment letters, they are supposed to attend workshops. For permanent staff, i.e., appointment letter holders, which Joe told me I didn't have. Full stop. Mawe insisted I should go, and that it was to last only 1 week. Where was I to stay? Where was I to? I asked him, you are going for workshop, go. Where am I to stay? I asked him. He couldn't answer. How am I to sustain myself? That was the question master. That he couldn't answer that either. Okay, I think I broke. I paused and then I started again on 21st/7/2011. 21st/7/11/2011, and I think it was a Sunday. I put small s there. I put a small s there. Mawa could arrange for the accountant, Mr. Ibrahim, to give me money so that I would cater for me for the 1 week he said, the 1 week he proposed. He could have asked Ibrahim, the accountant, to give me some money for the 1 week. Fine, the money was given. Okay, fine, the money was given, and I was to leave the following day to Tamale from Sabzugu. This was because I had done some washing that had to dry that day. However, without any warning, Mr. Mawa told me he was leaving for Tamale that very day and that I would go with him. Look at that. It was supposed to be tomorrow. Then you change your mind. I'm going today. I had my things scattered, washed, items to be dried. He said, we must go. Yes, force. That's the army. Okay. Ghana Health Service turned into an army barracks. And that I should go with him. Not wanting to give any further excuse, I quickly collected my partially dried clothes, got my briefcase ready, and joined Mawe. And joined Mawe's entourage to Tamale. He didn't go alone, he went with other people. Go to Tamale, it's not easy, and getting a car even is difficult. So when he's going, he normally goes with people who were already wishing to go to Tamale. Okay, Mawe's entourage to Tamale. I sat at the back of the jeep with others. The day was Sunday. Yes. The day was Sunday, and we reached Tamale in the night at about 8 p.m. I had to go to my family house reluctantly to spend the night. The following day, I went to hospital. I went to the hospital to see Joe Larry. He told me the workshop was to last 1 month. So from 1 week to 1 month. Mm. Mawe said 1 week, Joe Larry said 1 month. Okay. This, of course, was contrary to what Mawe had told me. He had collaborated with Joe Larry, and it was to be 1 month. I, I then realized that wanted they had only wanted to get rid of me in Zabzugu. I went back to Bolga to see Dr. Amankwa, somebody who had no money. I didn't have money, no salary, nothing. I went back to Bolga to see Dr. Amankwa. Unfortunately, he was away in Cape Coast, I suppose, for a seminar. I went to my friend Zong, the proprietor of a private lab. Yes, we met at the School of Medical Laboratory Technology, and we were in Lagos together. So I went to him, Zong, uh, the proprietor of a private lab. I discussed with him the problem. He quickly came to the conclusion that I should boycott the so-called orientation because it was not sensible. I drafted a letter to that effect and got it. This was a private advice, and I loved him. That was because it was not necessary. I'm sorry, Zong. I'm not damaging you, but that was it. We both decided it. I drafted a letter to that effect and got it typed in Bulgar town. I came over to Tamale, and the following day I proceeded to Zabzugo. I went I went straight to Mawe's office. He was absent, and I dropped it there. I dropped the letter there. The following day or two, I was in front of my office, stroke residence. That's in Zabsgo. It was an office, but they turned it into a residence for me in the interim. When Mr. Mawe called me and told me the Director General wanted to talk to me, and then handed his big and loud mobile phone to me after speaking to the DJ. He had told him that he had given me money to go for the directorate, to go for the orientation, and I had refused to go, saying the amount was too small. Of course, it was too small. The DJ, you said 1 week, and you gave me money for, you said 1 week, and then when I went, you are telling me it's 1 month. How could 1 week money cater for 1 month? The DJ got upset with me as soon as I was given the handset, that's the phone of Mawe. He called him and he gave the phone to me to speak with the DJ, Elias, sorry. In the DJ's opinion, I came from Tamale and therefore should even be able to cater for myself. Yes, that I'm a Tamale person and therefore I should be able to cater for myself, even if the money is not enough. From who? From who? Who will help me? I am supposed to even give younger ones money. They are not working. I am the one working. So who is going to cater for me? Okay. My sister didn't have it. And in fact, Well, it's another story altogether. I had to go somewhere to eat. I mentioned it earlier. I had to go to Shoke to be taking my meals. Mhm. At the time. Was given the sunset, the handset. In the DJ's opinion, I came from Tamale and therefore should even be able to cater for myself. Well, I don't know what he told. Uh, sorry, I don't know. Then, as soon as I went, he got upset. He probably had forgotten that despite my being from Tamale, he gave me monies twice. So, seeing the he gave me money twice. Seeing the hardship that I was facing, yes, Dr. Sip, sorry, I mentioned it before. I don't tell lies. He gave me money twice because he saw I was in hardship. Then, how do you turn around now to tell me that I should go to Tamale before because I'm from Tamale and they can cater for me? My people were there and I was suffering and you had to give me some monies. Now you are telling me to go back and stay in Tamale. So, like I'm saying, I don't know what Umabe told him. Hmm? Seeing the hardship that I was facing, I explained that Mr. Mawe gave me the money for just one a week after I had persisted, and that the orientation was to last 1 month. So you give somebody money for 1 week, and then you go to the other end, they tell you it's 1 month. And you say that 1 week's money should cater for 1 month. And now Sori came out to say that no, I'm from Tamale. I should be able to cater for myself. Forgetting that I couldn't, and he had to help me. Okay. And that is that it was not free money. And that it was not free money. In fact, I had to pay it maybe when I started working. When I started working. I was to pay back later. I also told him I was to pay back later. Full stop. I also told him, I think full stop again, pardon me. At a time when Mawa was reluctant to receive me in Zabzugu, this man standing here said, in Zabzugu, this man standing here said, I think I missed a page, let's see. I was to pay back later. I also told him at the time when Mawe was reluctant to receive me in Zabzugu, he had already turned Dr. Suri against me, more or less. Let me put it here. So, and this is what I told Dr. Suri. This man standing here, referring to Mawe, I told him, this man, Mawe, standing here, I think he will remember, sorry, will remember. This man standing here said, we don't want a newly appointed Director General who would come to commit blunders. I'm very certain about it. If I'm lying about it, God knows. And so he didn't like me at all. And this was the comment he made. And I turned around to tell Dr. Soro all kinds of stories. In the first place, he didn't want it because he told me he didn't want a newly appointed Director General who will come and commit blunders. I turned around and went, oh my God. Yes, that was absolutely true. True. He said it. It was only out of caution and good mannerism that I kept quiet about it. I didn't mention to Dr. Sori. In any case, I didn't even have the means to mention to him. I kept quiet. I just kept it within myself. Then you go around to him and tell him all kinds of things, such that he even got upset with me. Mawa was dumbfounded. He didn't know I could say those things. I'm not an animal. Mawa was dumbfounded. The DJ then told me that I should go for the orientation. I did go back to Tamale, where Joe Larry told me I had written to say I wouldn't do the orientation. And so that was it. That was the true, that was, that was it. That was the trap. That was the trap they set for me, and it worked. So I say it's trap because in the first place, they didn't even want me to do the orientation. They were tossing me up and down until I wrote down, no, I'm not doing it. I didn't have any orientation to do. And there was nothing like orientation there. There was no workshop there, nothing for me. So that was the trap they set for me. They subsequently set another one or two traps. I was walking the streets of Tamale without job, a begging. Yes, this is people who know me will remember, except that maybe my face has changed. I was uh, walking the streets of Tamale without job, a begging. Eh, a junior of mine, way back in Navasco by name Cambodia, eh, helped a lot after returning from abroad. There was also my form mate, Shoki, who my form mate Shoki, who gave us we call each other Shoki or Bovin, as we called each other. I had asked him to allow me to be having supper with him, even though I had to walk a distance of about 4 kilometers because I couldn't have food, I didn't have food to eat. My sister, somebody drove a wedge between myself and my sister, same father, same mother, and she wasn't giving me food. Okay. So I had to walk 4 miles to Shoki's house to eat. You can imagine. After eating, how do you walk back? Before you walk back, the food is digested. Okay. About 4 kilometers to his house. My name, my name mate at Cataract Clinic should not be forgotten, as well as Zong uh, at far away Bolga, as far as Zong as at far away Bolga. There were several others. There were several other helpers and sympathizers whom I cannot name here. Yes, there were many. Get this, take that, take that, take that, because I was so dejected. You would see me, you wouldn't think this is Sule. Mm. It was in this situation I had to wait for my appointment letter, which by plan was never to come. The trio, Joe Larry, Chief Alex, and Mr. Mawe, after after denying me contract work, contract work, planned together to give me regular appointment in spite of my age. Yes, Dr. Story was the one who told the truth. He said, you are aged, you can't be employed, it's too late for you, we have to give you contract. But they insisted that they would give me contract because they knew they didn't want to give me the contract. Together to give me regular appointment in spite of my age. I had therefore beforehand had attended an interview on Friday, May 4th, 2007. My appointment letter wasn't forthcoming, even though others had theirs September ending or thereabout. So we had the interview for a number of us. Mine wasn't coming. Others got theirs. I said they were only about to fool me. Uh, even though others had their September ending or thereabout. Chief Alex repeatedly told me my letter hadn't come. The regional health directorate, the regional health directorate almost turned out to be my workplace. I was there daily. I was hungry for a job. I was physically hungry and then hungry for a job as well. Mm. I never retreated. I never relented in going to him, and he never relented in telling lies to me. That was Chief Alex. He's now deceased. As I read, a long time, maybe around 2016 or so. The receptionist at the directorate at the time, Madam Vivian, Madam Vivian, I salute you. Mm. I'm not spelling your name, please. If I write something here, it is, it has to come because I have to. People have to learn the truth. Mm. The receptionist at the directorate at the time, Madam Vivian, got so much concerned about me. I explained to her what was happening, or rather, what was not happening. One day she told me secretly that she was going to see Chief Alex in his office. Yes, she was going to move from the reception to see Chief Alex uh, at the other wing of the reception downstairs. Mm. I should follow her up, and in her presence, I should hold Chief Alex's feet. Perchance he would feel ashamed and attend to me. That was the wisdom of Vivian. Mm. I salute our mothers. They are very wise. Just to draw his sympathy. Say, go, I'm going. Just pretend I go and hold his feet and say, Chief Alex. So that was what he told me, and we went. So, Madam Vivian, again, I say, I'm not spoiling your name, but I want to tell people what actually happened. Mm. One day, nobody will come and tell lies against me. Mm. Perchance he would feel ashamed, ashamed, and give me and attend to me. She met Chief Alex on the veranda outside his office, and that was where I held his feet. Oh my God, human beings. That was where I held his feet. He moved backward, throwing both arms up and exclaiming, Haba, 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 haba. In other words, he went after and said, Haba, 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 haba. That means he was surprised that I had to hold his feet, or pretending to be surprised, I don't know. Haba, haba, haba. An expression of surprise or an an expectation. Yes, when usually the learner says haba, it means oh, it's too much. Either you are surprised or you don't expect it, or it's too much. So you say haba, 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 an expression of surprise or expectation. I say it here on YouTube, haba, haba, haba. In fact, before then, I had seen him as a nice man, except that Joe Larry had damaged my person to him just as he did Mawe. Yes. I don't know any of them, or I didn't know any of them. I didn't know Mr. Mawe, I didn't know Mr. Or Chief Alex. They didn't know me either. There was no reason why they should dislike me. But it was Joe Larry who knew me and didn't like me. First, he was my junior. Second, he was corrupt. And he knows I'm not involved in any kind of corruption. Like you see later, he went out telling people all kinds of things about me. He sent me to Swala and turned around and told Swala how my nature was. Swala said he wouldn't give me the job. He drove me away. Pardon me. He drove me away cleverly, in a clever manner. An expectation. In fact, before then, I had seen him as a nice manager. Okay, as a nice man, except that Joe Larry had damaged my person to him as he did my way. Yes. Madam Vivian's streak worked because thereafter he wrote a letter for me to send to Accra Human Resource Department. There, I was asked for my interview report. He handed for my interview report. He hadn't added it. He hadn't added it, full stop. My God. So when he asked me, gave me the letter, he knew he was to add my interview report to it. Either he knew or he forgot. Let me not say so. I don't know. So when I went to Accra, they didn't ask me, where is your interview report? See, okay. He hadn't added it, full stop. My God, full stop. I had gone there with assistance money. So I was assisted to go to Accra. Eh? I was assisted with transport money to go to Accra. And when I went, where is interview report? How do I come back to Tamale to fetch the interview record and go? How can a human being be this way? It's not finished. You get to know later that this is not uh, the beginning. That, you know, see, this is not just the beginning, or this is just the beginning. Or Zabzu's case was the beginning rather. This is the middle. I had gone there with assistance money. I had to get assistance again there in Accra to return to the family. Hmm. In fact, when I heard Chief Alexis legs, I cried. Tears came out of me because I said, oh, why should somebody be treated like this? Somebody who is qualified, trained, had his certificate, be treated like this. Mm. So in Accra, to return to Tamil, how do I get my assistant to again in Accra? There, how would I get assistant there in Accra to return to Tamale for the interview report? Return to Tamale for the interview report. It wasn't too difficult for me. My friend at Kulebu, as well as in Nigeria, Mr. Idris, could be fallen upon. I looked I looked for him and I went to him and I went to his trust hospital in Tema. So from the directorate in Accra, I went to Idris in Tema. He drove me to his lab in Medina and got me some money. He didn't have money there. And I left that very evening to Tamale. Luckily, Chief Alex gave me the result. Chief Alex gave the result to me as well as that of uh, Amponsa Samuel. Amponsa Samuel. I think I'll discuss him later. It will come. Who is a stammerer? Yes, who is a stammerer? Amponsa Samuel is a stammerer. Mm. That was where that was where I saw that his O-level certificates, his O-level certificate was nowhere near mine. That's Amponsa Samuel. Mm. And that I exited Kulebu 17 years before him. Apart from his set not being near mine, I I completed the course in Kulebu 17 years before he did. I had 32.5 out of 50. He had 32. It was worked out. He didn't get near me, but he just gave it to him. He was a briber, or let me say so. He was a corrupt person. Mm. I, however, knew it was an interview conducted by corrupt people. Yes, not all of them. Not there were people in the panel who were not corrupt. Pardon me. And if they are listening, I've exempted them. I took it to Accra. My appointment letter was given December 7, 2007. Chief Alex had to chase Chief Alex had to chase later for Fifi's letter after seeing that his was not given. Yes. So mine, I had to go for it. But for Fifi, Chief Alex himself had to chase for it. I kept my copy, so I was told by Yakubu Abubakar. He was good. He was good by then. But later on, he turned to be another character altogether. Hmm? So I kept my copy, so I was told by Abubakar, Yakubu Abubakar said, keep two copies. This is your copy. This is for the directorate. Hmm? And his and his to him. That's Chief Alex's copy to him. He asked for my copy as well. You see, he gave me 2 copies, mine and then yours, Chief Alex. Why do you want my copy? His brain had been polluted again by Joe Larry. Collect his copy and let him go away like that. They were drinking together. Okay. Uh, I gave it to him because I had made a photocopy, I had made a photostat of it in advance upon advice. So when I got my copy, something told me, make a photocopy of this your copy and keep it. And then go to Accra and tell Alex, yes, this is your copy. I asked Chief Alex where I was to be posted. Yes, so I gave the copy to him. And then I asked Chief Alex where I was to be posted. You see, they don't consult each other always. Chief Alex will take a decision, then later on Joe will come, why do you take that decision? You know, that kind of thing when they go to drink. So he will backfire, or what do you say, backslide, sorry. Then he will backslide. He looked up. When I asked him, where do I go? He looked up like this a while and replied, Gushegu. Yes, he looked up and replied, Gushegu. He also gave me a letter, but backdated in November, in November 26 to do attachment at the Public Health Laboratory where Joe Larry has his office. So he backdated a letter to go to Joe Larry's office to do an attachment. This is how they were treating me. People work there. Your brother worked there without doing any attachment in your office, as far as I know. He came from straight from Accra from 3 months in intensive station. Study and did it. Later on, Fifi didn't. But for me, I should be in his office for him to show power, to show where power lies. And Novartis is to do attachment at his public health laboratory. Remember, the letter was dated December 2000. And then he then went back to November. He backdated the letter to November for me to do an attachment at Joe Larry's office, Public Health Laboratory, where Joe Larry has his office. There, Joe Larry told me he wasn't sending me to Gushago. Yes. You see how they were tossing me up. Okay. That's why I say you take a decision, later Joe Larry will overturn it. He wasn't going sending me to Gushago as I was to remain in Tamale where he could be monitoring me. That was his reason. He, Joe Larry, monitoring me. Joe Larry, monitoring me. I was to go to Tamale West Hospital. I think we will break here. It's an interesting story. I was going to Tamale West Hospital. Tamale is a bigger town than Gushago. People don't like that. So Fifi was supposed to be in Tamale. That's a bigger place than Gushago, where his family is, where he can do business. But then he rather asked me to be in Tamale and Samuel Fifi go to Gushago. And it was agreed. There was an agreement. There was a good reason, and we'll get to that later, God willing. So let's pause here and begin again and continue in my next episode or in our next episode. Thank you very much. May God bless you for listening. Bye bye.